Okay, look, the city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerds New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka the Unicron variant, with my co-host.
This is Eli, aka Pumpkin Bread
We're gonna keep that theme going, yeah.
with
And
frosting.
pumpkin bread with frosting. I'm imagining that in my head. It's not
It's
computing.
awesome.
That
It's
math
awesome.
is not mathing. I don't know. It's like too much. It's too busy. It sounds too busy for me. That's
It's
just me.
awesome. I got to tell you.
Okay.
It's
I'll take your word for it. We might do a food bullies, spinoff show from this one. We'll go from there. Yeah, we're back with another episode and appreciate everybody coming back. Hopefully everybody had a good week. Eli, I don't know how your week was. My week was insane. The funny thing about recording this podcast, we record it every week, and sometimes the week just flies by. Like, okay, we're back. Sometimes so much shit goes on, Eli, I forget we do a podcast, and I see you again. Like, hey, that's that guy you used to do a podcast with last week. Because there's so much shit. This is one of those weeks where just everything happened. But just how'd your Thanksgiving go, or at least how your Black Friday went? It's just your week.
It was fine. It was pretty chill. I did go to my sister. She had a little bit of a get together. That wasn't until later at night. Basically went there and had dessert, where I had
Okay.
pumpkin bread with frosting.
There you go. So it's still on your head right now. You're just thinking, damn, that was some good pumpkin bread with frosting.
Yeah. But mostly chilled out at home, watched the Macy's Day Parade, ate some grub, then went over to my sister's for dessert basically. And then, it's pretty chill. As far as Black Friday, didn't really shop.
It's not the same. Black Friday's
Yeah.
not the same. It's not the
Yeah.
same. It's not like it was 4 years ago where you go to Walmart and you fist fight people for. First off, there's nothing in stock
Yeah.
because they got some some ship overseas or on the coast that we can't get stuff, so that kills that. Online order stuff like that. You just order in your drawers and shit. You can order the shit on Thanksgiving, so just have it shipped to your home. So yeah, so
And
you have to worry about.
I don't need a $20 flat screen, so that the fist fight over is on.
Right. Take a TV, just smacks me over here. So yeah, those days are
Yeah.
gone. Those days are gone. So now we're in the new age, the digital era. So
Yeah.
That being said, we're gonna move on past. We're gonna move past the no more tomfoolery, no more chicanery. We're gonna move right into it. Cause like I said, we got a lot of stuff we're gonna tackle. We're gonna right into it because we saw. Well, I don't know if you saw it. I saw a TV show. Did you see it?
I saw a TV show.
Oh, I guess we should say what we're talking about. Hawkeye. Let's explain what we're talking about first. We're gonna talk about Hawkeye. Like I said,
I
it's a
saw
bunch
that.
of- yeah, because I know I got it like on the big banner and stuff like that. So I feel like we should, talk about it at least. So that's what's going on. We're gonna talk about Hawkeye briefly, even though this, like I said, the way the internet goes, this came out Tuesday, so the internet has already forgotten about it. Until
Yeah.
the next episode comes out, I guess next Tuesday, and we'll go from there. So yeah, so basically what we're talking about is Hawkeye. I'm just gonna give my review on it. I'm actually gonna break down the stuff that I noticed that they took from the comic. Because what I noticed, Eli, is that as far as like Disney properties like lately, this may be one of the more faithful adaptations of a Marvel comic property in lately. In like,
Yeah.
they take liberties. They take liberties.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
compared to what they've done before. And the thing is, like, okay, so we can talk about let's talk about Black Panther, stuff like that, where they take 70 years or 50 years of continuity and congested in a 2-hour movie. They don't do that with this. They take one graphic novel or one run. They take that Mac Fraction run, ignore all the other Hawkeye shit, and basically almost everything in this you can see they took from that.
Yeah, even the beginning credits, the artwork is sort of inspired by that Matt Fraction.
I was actually saving that for later, but since you brought that up, I'm just go ahead and mention that. Because that's actually a big because they're so faithful, it's controversial. And let's get
Oh,
into
shit.
controversy on that also, because like I said, just like you mentioned the opening credit scenes. So we got the opening credit scenes, with Hawkeye and Girl Hawkeye, segments and stuff like that.
Girl
So
Hawkeye.
I always call her Girl Hawkeye. I'm still getting used to Kate Bishop. I've always just said that's just Girl Hawkeye.
Hot girl.
Yeah, maybe well, they'll sue if you call them that. So you can't say that. But like I said, we just looked at the intro, and it's exactly now. Everybody gives Matt Fraction credit for this, but they never give credit for the actual artist of it, David Aha. Not relation to Take on Me. Or did they do that? They did. Yeah, Aha, the group. Yeah, Take on Me. They did. And also the theme song to James Bond Living Daylights.
That's funny.
No relation.
I've been saying Asia all this time.
Everybody been saying, I was saying Asia, but I heard other people saying that it's Aha. Like the J is whatever. So
So it's like Spanish or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're going. So like I
Like
said,
Javier.
or
Jesus.
like yeah, something like that. So it's not like that, it's Aha. But the thing is, people are always giving the writers credit for everything, or if they might not give credit for anything, but if they do give writers credit for that. However, the style that they're doing in the opening of it and the color palette like that, that's strictly that artist. And somebody made a argument that, like the artists should start getting recognition just like the writers. And David Aha made a tweet about a month ago saying, no, don't give us recognition, pay us.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, pay us for this bullshit you're doing. You take our stuff like Marvel. Is Marvel ripping off Marvel? I mean, is that what they're doing?
Or Disney's ripping off Marvel.
Disney's ripping off Marvel, Now we understand that, it's work for hire, and all this stuff like that. But at the same time, they just took his aesthetic and just took it. I understand it's work for hire, but the same thing, they took it, not pay him. Now, I think they may have given him a special thanks at the very last end of the credits or something like that, But like I said, pay the man.
They sent them a screener of the first 2 episodes.
Hell, they barely don't even do that, Like I said, we can go into this all day long, but it's like a reoccurring theme where Marvel would just completely just rip off themselves and don't pay the people that actually built this shit from the ground up. It's not like they're taking from decades and decades Hawkeye. They're taking from one specific graphic novel that this guy made. And let's go talk about what we're talking about. But let me just briefly talk about what I thought about the show, about the actual show. We only got 2 episodes. We didn't get the whole thing. Eli, I liked it. I don't think it's my favorite Disney Plus show so far, but it's not even my least favorite Disney show so far. It's right in that middle. It's that middle space for that. And you know what? That's what I want. That's what I like. Because Disney has been right in the middle. Because they've been giving us like if you've been keeping up with Marvel and watched all this Marvel stuff been coming out, like I said, the last thing we had was Eternals and those cosmic space gods and the Book of Genesis rewritten by Kevin Feige, and that's all fine and dandy stuff like that. But let's bring it down. Let's bring it back to earth. Let's put boots on the ground. And that's what the show gave us. Because if you really think about it, only counting, the MCU, this may be the most street level Marvel show we've got. Not counting Netflix. Netflix,
not counting Netflix, yeah.
Not counting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All this shit like that. Just this.
Well, even they were in space and dealing with.
Yeah, they time travel and ultimate dimension. But it's season 1. The first half of season 1. But that's where it was. But yeah, this is the most street level, down to earth, boost to the ground show that they've given us so far. And I like it. Now, is it gritty? Are we seeing blood and titties everywhere? No, we're not. It's a Disney show.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but that's okay. For me, that is okay. I know everybody. Oh, what we got here, Gabe?
Gabe's in the house.
Okay. Do I like it better than Arrow? It is too early to tell. However, I will say this. The first 2 episodes of Arrow are better than the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye. Come on, Eli, you got to give me that.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow. I followed Arrow
went hard as fuck.
5 years.
Yeah. It went downhill. We not.
I mean, it went down? Didn't it piss off Neil Adams because he doesn't kill people? Like Neil Adams was mad because it was too raw.
I mean, think about it. The very first time Arrow showed up, he started fighting people, and then one guy saw him with his mask. We like, no one must know my secret, and broke his fucking neck. We were like, wait, what? This the show we're getting? I'm like, okay. But this is not that. Hawkeye is not that, even though he also went through an arc as a ninja assassin also, but they kind of, downplay it, all the emotional trauma that he went through there. That's, that's pen and past. The only emotional trauma, but at the same time, he does get some emotional trauma in the show, like I said, from this play. He got triggered from watching it, just because everybody's making, a mockery and singing and dancing about basically the wartime he went through. Because like I said, he is a war-torn hero. He's a war hero, and he's carrying all that PTSD and trauma with him. Like I said, he's losing his hearing, which is actually from the Matt Fraction run. But honestly, people are giving Matt Fraction too much credit for that, because I think that was like back in the 80s where he was like fighting somebody and they made him deaf.
Yeah.
And
when
just
did Old
kind
Man
of
Logan come out?
Well, he was blind in that.
He was blind in that. Okay.
Yeah, so he can't be blind and deaf. Yeah, you pick a struggle.
He'd be ill as fuck if he was.
Right. He feel his way around. So yeah, but I think he got partially deaf in the 80s and got a hearing aid then. But like I said, writers throughout the decades forget he did that, and Fraction just, oh yeah, he's deaf. Bring that back. So they did that in the show, and I like how they worked that in there. Like I said, he's still having all kind of imposter syndromes, from being one of the only survivors from fighting Thanos, survivor's guilt, all these terms I can throw around that I didn't make it past my first chapter, Psych 101, to go deeper into it, but it's all there. He's still suffering from it. The kids are there. He's back trying to reconnect with his kids, trying to reconnect with his wife. And yeah, that's what I'm liking about it so far. The action is there, nothing over the top. I feel like this may be the most TV show that the Disney Plus TV shows have given us so far. It's not like at the beginning of where Falcon and Winter Soldier, where it just felt like, oh, this could have been a movie. No,
it's like Star Wars on Earth and shit.
Yeah,
They're all flying and shit.
They're all flying and shit and fighting on trucks and shit like that. Like, this could have been a movie. Like, no, this is a TV show. This is exactly what it was meant to be. This is what it feels like. Even feel like they're kind of stretching out a little bit. And I'll talk about it because I do feel like there are some filler scenes in here. Even just in the 2 episodes we gotten so far, like, y'all could have cut that, but you gotta space this shit out. So that's what you're doing. And like, but it's the thing. Like I said, I'm liking it because it's boosted the ground, it's down to earth, it's not beating over head. And here's the thing: at the heart of it, it's a buddy cop comedy. This is the show that everybody thought that Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to be, because they thought they were just going to be just a buddy cop 48 hours, Hobbs and Shaw, what's that Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell movie? I forgot. Tango and Cash. Yeah, they thought it was going to be that, but then it turned out to be some kind of social commentary, commentary on, military. And then it just kind of just not run off the rails, but it sold you one show and did something else. Not knocking it. Like I said, I like Falcon Winter Soldier, but I did feel like it was a bait and switch, where this gives you exactly what it sold you on. It's a buddy cop comedy. You got the grizzled vet. You got the eager rookie that's a little bit too energetic for their own good, and they're butting heads together, and boom, you got a buddy cop show, and they got to figure some shit out before the end of the day. So they give you that, and it's a Christmas show. Jake, what it do? Need to be more action. Like I said, Jake, they're spacing it out. They got to pad this shit out as much as they can, so it's not going to be wall-to-wall action. It could be, and honestly, I feel like they could have placed some action scenes in some spots where they didn't. I almost feel like, well, that's kind of lazy. They could have did that. Like, let me back it up and talk about what I'm talking about. Okay, one of the main things that I felt like that was a filler scene, it was in the second episode, because I feel like the second episode wasn't as strong as the first episode. And the reason I say that, because let's take this scene for instance right here. The LARPing thing. The LARPing scene. Now the LARPing scene, the way I felt like it was a lazy scene. It was just lazy. I don't have a problem with LARPing. You could have made that scene awesome, because other movies and other TV shows have made scenes like that awesome. Because okay, so you got this superhero fighting regular ass dudes, but he's just lazy, just slapping around. I don't want to be here. So that's the thing. If he's walking through it lazy and he's our main character, then I'm going to treat it like it's lazy. If he's bored, I'm bored. You could have spiced that scene up a little bit, gave some spice. For instance, there was a movie. You ever seen This Means War?
Which one?
This Means War.
No.
It's a Reese Witherspoon romantic comedy. So I
Oh,
figured you
no.
would watch it. So okay, so maybe it's just me, but we'll go. That's what I'm glad they included the dog. Oh, they had to include the dog, and I talk about Lucky / Pizza Dog / Arrow in a second. But the thing is, there was scenes you could have did, for instance, in This Means War. Like I said, he's a CIA. It's Tom Hardy. He's in the movie. He's a CIA agent, and he takes paintball just a little bit too seriously. It's the best scene in the movie. The movie isn't that great to begin with. It's the best scene in the movie. But they even could have ripped off Jeremy Renner's own other movie, Tag, where he plays some badass and then play a game of tag, and he just beat the shit out of everybody. Like, how he knows how to do this stuff, we don't know, but he just figures out how to do this stuff. So my thing is, if you're gonna have scenes like that where you got this badass secret agent spy ninja assassin fighting these schlubs, make it exciting, make it interesting. They just walking through them board. I mean, so that's just a wasted scene to me. That just felt lazy. You know, that's one of my main knocks about the movie. That's why I felt like they were padding it out. You know,
I mean, I never seen it.
You need to watch This Means War. Chris Pine is also in it. I'm not going to get into the plot of This Means War. We're going to get off subject. Now that I think about it, Jake, it was kind of awesome that I started thinking about scenes that was in the movie. But anyway, Reese Witherspoon, we're at a comedy. We're getting off topic. Back to Hawkeye. But that's what's going on with Hawkeye. So they're padding it out with scenes like that. But the scenes that are good, I do feel like pretty good. Kate Bishop, I think she's awesome as a character. I feel like she's awesome. I don't feel like she's annoying or overpowered. Honestly, I feel like as far as who they cast, what's her name? I forgot the name. Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
From Bumblebee. Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff also. Yeah. I feel like that's perfect casting. I feel like that made the best casted character of Phase 4. You know, so honestly, if they would have just had a show just for her, I would have been sold. Like, she's just trying to figure out how to be Hawkeye, something like that. I'd have been sold. Jeremy Renner here, that's a bonus. That's cool. Some people are mad because they feel like the show is too much about her, but I don't think so. I went back and watched the show and watched the scenes. They kind of have scenes bounce off each other. She'll have a scene, he'll have a scene, she'll have a scene, he'll have a scene. And her story is interesting also. Because here, guess what? The stepdad is somebody, Eli.
Is somebody.
He's somebody. Can you guess who he is? Everybody in the chat, can you guess who he is? I'm pretty sure everybody's already YouTube this shit because we're late to the party, but I'll give it 3 seconds and I'll say who he is. Well, I'm gonna let you guess, Eli, who you think he is.
Well, it's Swordsman.
Oh, never mind. It's Swordsman. It's Swordsman.
He was just in he was like, what did we just read? That was in the plants, the Kotati or whatever. And,
yeah, the one that Gomez shitted on. We were like, no, this shit is awesome. We can't even remember the name of it, you know. Here we go, Jake. Here we go. Such a boring character to focus on her. That is true. And plus, Hawkeye's always been like the butt of the jokes, also. But yeah, so Mephisto was old. That was early
Mephisto,
first half.
Yeah,
that's early 2021. We're on Kingpin now. Everybody is Kingpin, you know. So yeah, they're saying this is the reason you should watch this show because Kingpin's gonna be in it. Kingpin is coming, or stuff like that. Is he not? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, how's he gonna be in this and in Spider-Man at the same time? I mean, so he's in everything basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's the things I'm liking about the show so far. Well, the things I am liking about it, like I said, they got, and I want people to get his name right, Swordsman's real name. Because, like I said, he's a comic book character, so they only read his name. I've heard people call him, his name is Jack Hez, or his name is Jax. Like, no, it's Jacques.
Jacques.
Y'all are some dumbasses, man. I know we can't be the smartest YouTubers out here, Eli. We can't be. I mean, I've always read it as Jacques Duquesne. That's what Swordsman's name is. Jacquees. Jack. You know, like, no, it's Jacques. That's
Jack.
Like, come on, man, get this shit right. You know, what do we got?
In theory,
no, he's fucking terrible. Oh yeah, Empire. Gay, thank you, Gay. We didn't know. Yeah. We didn't know what it was. Thank you, Gay. That's what we paid the big bucks for.
Empire. That's what it was.
Empire. No, Jay. Swordsman sucks. Matter of fact, we actually one of our biggest, most well-known stream podcasts was named Swordsman: The Worst Avenger, and we praised him for how shitty Swordsman is.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were there, Eli. You were there.
Of course, yeah, I was.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, swordsman. But hopefully, like I said, MCU redeems a whole bunch of people as much as they fuck up people. So hopefully they'll fix swordsman in this also. Hopefully he won't be Taskmaster, but you can't be worse than Taskmaster. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Other, and I'm jumping around, but other nods that they make to the Mac Fraction run. Like you said, the opening scene of this show is Hawkeye jumping out of the thing, where the first panel of the Mac Fraction run is Hawkeye jumping out of a thing. It's all Die Hard, yeah, you all read Avengers book. Was he good there? No, he sucked. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's gonna be a swordsman. You're like, I want to know more about swordsman. What is he? He has like 5 issues. Okay, I'll give you a quick rundown of Swordsman. Swordsman sucks, but he trained Hawkeye in the comics. So he trained Hawkeye, but eventually he kind of became a good guy, but wasn't a good guy. And he married Mantis. Yes, the Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Or he didn't marry him. I think he died, and his plant Kotati clone married Mantis. Somebody married Mantis. It had something to do with him.
Yeah, that's deep.
It's one of those weird 70 runs. I forgot somebody, but he has something to do with Mantis. And that's it about Swordsman. That's it. He died. He sucks. Black Panther kicked his ass, stole his sword, and started chopping up plants and shit like that. So, and Black Knight beat his ass also with a sword. So he's a swordsman and not even the best swordsman in Marvel. That should tell you everything you need to know about the guy. What are we talking about? What do we got? Also, Nas, the Tracksuit Mafia. Yes, the Tracksuit Mafia is a thing.
Bros, yeah.
Hey, bro. That was a thing. Everybody says bro, and Ivan was the leader. So yeah, so the Tracksuit Mafia is not something the show made up. Matt Fraction rated up, and they were actually like the main bad. They weren't even like a one-time thing. They were the main bad guys of the comic. It sounds dumb.
Weren't they called like the Tracksuit Draculas or something?
They call them the Tracksuit Draculas, Tracksuit Mafia. Yeah, they always say it, bro. Now I'm gonna tell you something about this. Like, whatever you think about this show, I want everybody to stop after this podcast. Stop what you're doing and go read that Matt Fraction run. Because I'm reading, honestly, it's a classic, Eli. It's a classic run.
I've read some of it. I haven't read the whole thing. Maybe I should now that the show's out. I'll go back
and I want to make sure everybody temper their expectations on what to expect from this run. Are you expecting, like World War Hulk or some shit, or Hawkeye versus the Marvel Universe? It's not that. It's actually more of a slice of life comic. A day-to-day in the life of
like
Hawkeye.
You're saying, it's street level crime shit. Just them sort of, doing shit on the streets.
He is hella stupid.
Well, they do go to, there was that one auction or whatever they went to, but
which they also adapted in this TV show.
Oh, that's right. Oh
yeah, because the whole thing about that, that's what I'm saying. They ripping off so much stuff from the TV, from the comics. So yeah, for those that don't know what we're talking about, there was a auction in the comic where basically they found out that the government are hiring the Avengers for assassination missions. And who they get? Hawkeye. So they got Hawkeye like sniping a dictator, some shit like that. So they're trying to make sure the tape to get out. They find the tape. Kingpin finds the tape, or somebody else finds the tape. It doesn't matter.
Mask
and Madam Mask, which they're saying,
they're
saying she might be in the show also, but who knows? And the whole thing was to stop from getting the tape, so they had an auction, just like they had an auction for this, for trying to make, basically Hawkeye's doing the same thing, making sure people don't find out he's an assassin.
Yeah.
So
I guess that is similar. Yeah. Okay.
Versus the mob in-game style. I honestly, Jake, I knew that was never going to happen because this is Disney. I would love for, we go back in time to that 5 years where, and that, why hasn't Disney done that? Why Marvel done that yet? Go back to the 5 years everybody was missing. Find out what the hell was people doing then. That's 5 years. Show us, don't just give us lip service about this happened and happened. Show us Hawkeye, Ninja Assassin and Yakuza and the cartel and the mafia and all this stuff like that. We want to see it. I don't know. We can't get away with Disney Plus on it. So they got to make it like, and plus it's a Christmas show. So you gotta play this for the families. So yeah, he was a Ninja Assassin, but he's over it now.
And that's probably my biggest beef with it. So
I know you wanted blood and titties in it, man. I mean, I wasn't expecting, F-bombs and stuff. Like I said, you gotta know what to expect from it. But like I said, I talked a lot about it. Eli, give me your opinion. What you think about
I thought it was all right. It moved a little slow for me.
Mhm.
It was, I guess it was trying to be lighthearted. Let's talk if we're gonna talk about the Matt Fraction run.
it?
That comic, it's almost like a Deadpool comic. There's a lot of quips and like wacky wisecracking and shit. So there's
Yeah.
like a lot of humor to it. And I think that's what the show is trying to capture, only it's family humor. Where, the comic is more, adult humor, I guess,
Yeah.
So but yeah, as far as like that, yeah, episode 2, the LARPing, that was
Mhm.
total fluffy Disney bullshit to me. I was like, fuck, I almost
I mean,
checked out.
they could. I'm saying that they could have made it interesting. It could have been fun, but it was just lazy.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a little too fuzzy for me at times.
It got to the point that LARPing seemed like it didn't even feel like we was watching Hawkeye. It felt like Jeremy Renner walking through this shit. Like, all right, just clock
But there
in.
was no point to it. It was just like a detour. He gets the suit. Like, what if the guy didn't give it back? That's what I was thinking. Either something's gonna happen, or
Right.
the tracksuit bros are gonna show up, or something. Like something. There was gonna be something, a purpose to that scene other than like Hawkeye doing cosplay. It was kind of stupid, But hey, right at the end, it finally caught me when I saw Echo, and I was like, "Oh shit, she's the one in charge of it all." And then it ended. That's when I was like, "Oh."
Okay, so you watch it, so did you kind of forget she was in it, or even showing?
Yeah, because I know she's in it, and I thought she was only going to be like in an episode because she hasn't been in any of the trailers and shit. So I thought they were going to give her, the Adam Beach Suicide Squad, treatment. And she's hardly going to be in it and stuff, and just hype her name up and pat themselves on her back and give themselves diversity points and all that shit. Drop it in November,
Right.
but when it turns out, oh, is she in charge of the crew? Because I'm like, now I'm intrigued.
Now you're intrigued, right? Because he came there to talk to the boss, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because this blows up the whole thing. Now we're talking about her dad. Why is she going after Hawkeye? Did he kill her dad? Or is she, because remember, she was also Ronin. Maybe she wants to Ronin.
Eli, you always do this. You always make a better plot than what the show actually does. So they're gonna be expecting this shit. We're gonna get some bullshit. Just like, well, fuck, that was let down.
Yeah, because if we're talking about Echo and if she's the main bad or in charge of the trench coat, not the trench coat, the tracksuit mafia or whatever, then she's, she's got a backstory. Her dad, and they did cast her dad in this too.
Okay, so he's in Dark Souls. So.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be in it. Like I said, I thought it was only going to be like, an episode, but it sounds like
high and by and get ready for my solo show.
Yeah, she'd show up and, hi, how you doing? Here's a bow because I'm Indian here.
And I want to know, does she have a title Ronin? Because in the comics, she's the first Ronin.
Yeah, she's
like
the
Hawkeye
first
got
Ronin.
the suit from her. Yeah,
so it got me intrigued. Like, why is she after Hawkeye? Obviously, she's after Hawkeye. Is it because of the Ronin thing? Or did Hawkeye kill her dad when he was going around slaying fucking criminals and shit?
Right.
Back those 5 years and shit. So,
right. Is the weight of the toll of him being Ronin going to come back on him? Because right now we haven't seen that.
Because that sounds awesome. Like, if she's after him because he killed her, if he killed her dad and not Kingpin, like in the comics, that's intriguing. That has me interested. And that's why I'm going to watch the next episode.
Okay. With your arms folded. Okay. Impress me.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got. We got Gabe here. Only Nerd complaining when she got the wrong suit. It didn't fit. That's the thing. If you watch it again, it didn't fit. It was hanging all off her and shit like that. She kind of like tied it up. And you could see there was loose on her. So did y'all? Oh. I love the music. I love the musical. I thought the music was awesome. So, and plus they had like some lines and stuff like that. And especially when Hawkeye was looking at Ant-Man, you're like, that guy wasn't even there.
That guy wasn't even there.
Stuff like that. So I thought that was funny.
And that pretty much set up the tone for the show. I was like, okay.
This is going to be Arrow. You know,
Warm and
you
fuzzy.
have built this city. You know, none of that stuff.
Yep.
You know,
It's a hot cup of cocoa with marshmallows and whipped cream.
right? Like I said, they want you to feel what Jake. He does this all the time, all the time. I can't listen to any of his theories or stuff like that because I get lit down every single time. It's like, well, fuck. Oh man. So but like I said, I do want to say this about that scene. They did rip it off from Batman Beyond. That's just my thing. Because Batman Beyond did the same thing where Bruce Wayne was sitting in the audience. He was like, that shit didn't happen like that, you know. But that song was catchy too. So yeah, if anybody remembers that episode of Batman Beyond, go watch that.
The Spider-Man the musical and what was
Technically,
the Simpsons. They did the Planet of the Apes the musical.
I didn't even see that one. I gotta go watch that. So, oh man. So yeah, like I said, I'm excited enough to watch it. But honestly, I just want something to watch on Disney Plus. That's all. As long as you give me something to watch on Disney Plus, I'm good. It's not terrible. You know, I was actually a little bit excited for it.
I didn't hate it. You know, you know. So
you got this on the same level as Cowboy Bebop. And
I liked it more. I think I liked it more than Loki.
Yes, I agree with you. I do like it, but more than Loki. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not my least favorite. Yeah. I'm thinking like, yeah, Loki was my least favorite. I like it better than What If or whatever like that. You know, like I'm saying, it's right there. It's right there, and that's where I want it. I want it. Not too much, not too little, right there. So, and that's actually a lot of what I expected from a Hawkeye show. You know, I wasn't expecting to like it this much. Like it's Hawkeye. I'm supposed to skip this shit, but now I'm intrigued in the plot, the buddy cop, you know, chemistry they have going on, so like that, the surrogate daughter thing he's got going on, the dog Lucky. I do want to talk about Lucky, Pete's dog, Arrow, whatever you want to call his name. I'm so glad. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm so glad, but I knew they were gonna change it from what they did from the comics because Kate saved him from getting hit by the car in the show. In the comic, he got hit by the car. That's how he lost his eye.
Oh, wasn't he like in the vet and he was gonna die and they were gonna put him down?
Yeah, the vet was gonna put him down. He was like, I can't save this dog. And Hawkeye like, nah, you do it. You save the dog, I'm gonna kill you. One or the other. So
yeah, I can't remember that.
Yeah, but that's why he lost the eye. So I'm like, I know they're not gonna go. I know they gotta take it there. And plus, honestly, if they did that with it, people would just cut the show off right then. You can't.
They're Disney. You can only kill your parents. They can only kill parents.
Right, not dogs, man. Oh, man.
I did like the beginning, the intro where we got to see, you know, the Avengers movie and you know
it was kind of like Batman v Superman. We saw Bruce Wayne watch all the stuff. Yeah, it was kind of like that where you see it from the civilian's point of view. I always like stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, and her seeing Hawkeye get all ill and.
Because Hawkeye is Hawkeye, but that was still a cool ass move he did, you know.
Yeah.
So she see the shit like, okay, yeah, he's the baddest ass Avenger there is. She didn't see the God, and you know, when she didn't see Hulk smash, she just saw just this dude, you know. But at the same time, that's probably why she's a fan, because he's a dude.
Yeah.
You know, he gets his ass kicked. He lost his hearing. He gets beat up, stuff like that. He has to go to the store to get supplies, and just like in the comic, you know.
Oh yeah.
He didn't go to Avengers Mansion.
And she said, "Oh, we're gonna get some superhero supplies or something." She says, and they just go to the store and get like.
They just go to the store. That's from the Matt Fraction runs, like I said. So, but I do want to say, like I said, Matt Fraction is creative consultant of this show. He didn't write it, but he is creative consultant. So that's a big thing right there. So, like I said, I liked it. You liked it. Not the worst thing. Not the best thing. But if you're looking for a nice Disney show, you can show the family. There you go. You know, you can do worse.
Yeah,
you know,
you can watch that new Home Alone.
No, you cannot. We will not do that. You know what? I just thought about something. What they should have did was bring Macaulay Culkin back, have him in his 40s, still staying at home. It's 2021. That would be realistic.
Yeah, he was in New York too, wasn't he?
He was in New York. Just have him at home still living with his parents. His parents trying to get the fuck away from him. He's still there. He wakes up, they're gone. That way you don't get this child abandonment issue that you have going on when they had like 2 of these movies where they left the kid twice. Like, come on. You know you're bad parents now. You
like
know,
Step Brothers 3 or whatever.
Exactly, something like that. So he's still stuck at home in his 40s because his parents trying to get away from him during Christmas time. He wakes up and gone. Joe Pesci and the other guy still come back and try to rob him, and he's still there. But this time Don't do no cute shit like he did it. Go all Skyfall like he did. Have nails in the floor and shit like that. Like fucking Jason Voorhees their ass and shit. Like,
yeah.
just turn it into the Purge. Just the Purge 5, starring Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. Make him a stone. You would have to make him a stone. And he has to be in video games too, so you have to do that. So
yeah.
All right, Eli. We're going past that. Now you watched the movie. I didn't watch it. I was
okay.
Like I said, I had a week. So yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna set you up.
Okay, I watched Bruised on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is Halle Berry's directorial debut, and she stars in it as an MMA fighter, and or he should have grew up to become a thief. Oh
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Halle Berry. Halle Berry plays this MMA fighter. She kind of quits fighting for a while, and her life goes into the shitter. And then she starts training again for a title fight, and makes a comeback. It's there's not much MMA in the movie than I was. It was really. Is kind of sad, and like she had a really shitty life. It's just she just keeps getting shit on, and it's kind of a bummer. And then finally she fights at the end. It's like Precious with a fight at the end.
Okay, so they yeah. I was hoping more like Rocky, because Rocky was inspirational.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
This
could be like, yeah, like it's inspirational, and I guess that they're trying to, but it's more of a no. It ain't $1 million. No, Jake, it ain't $1 Million Baby. $1 Million Baby.
Oh, I hated that fucking movie.
That
man.
movie.
I don't hate it, but yeah, no.
Talk about a fucking dick punch of a movie.
Yeah, that did it. Yeah.
No, this isn't that totally depressing. But it just, she's got an abusive relationship. She has a fucked up relationship with her mom, and then all of a sudden she has a kid she's never seen ever, and she's just juggling all these things, and then she's training for this title fight, and it's all that. And it could have been like Creed or Rocky, but it wasn't. It was more just a tragic drama with a fight at the end, and she kind of, redeems herself at the end. I mean, it's acting. It's a lot of like actors acting and saying lines and dialogue, and you can tell that how it's her directorial debut. So she's not the fight scenes aren't the best fight scenes. Mm-hmm. You ever seen that?
No,
it's not.
Let's go back further. Let's go back further. See, no, not Never Back Down. No Retreat, No Surrender. That's my movie right there. No Retreat. That was a classic. Everybody talks about Karate Kid. No Retreat, No Surrender kicks Karate Kid's ass 7 days out of the week. I don't care. Give me a Netflix spinoff of that. I remember who's in it.
That was Van Damme's like one of his first movies. He was the bad guy. He was. I don't remember him in it. I don't even remember him in it. I just remember it was an awesome movie. I can't remember he was even in it. So that makes it even more awesome. So yeah. No Retreat, No Surrender is dope. He's a karate. It's like totally cheesy too. He's a karate student, but then the mobsters come in and like kick his dad's ass and take his school. But then the kid starts he starts visiting because he's in Seattle. So he goes to Bruce Lee's grave, and Bruce Lee's ghost starts training him and shit. And then he kicks Van Damme's ass at the end.
Damn, now I need to watch this movie again.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's watch it. Let's go watch it.
Let's watch it right now. Yeah. Podcast on. We finna turn on No Retreat, No Surrender. Oh man.
But yeah, Bruised is not that. It's more of a heartbreaking drama with some fighting at the end. I thought it was okay. There is a lot. I am an MMA fan, so I recognize there was a bunch of fighters in the movie. They had Valentina Shevchenko, who's she's the UFC women's, is it lightweight champion? Mm-hmm. She's a UFC champion. She plays the title fight girl that she's fighting. But yeah, I mean, I was just wanting more MMA, and it was more about this chick's fucked up life. And yeah, so.
Maybe next time. I don't know. Maybe
No Retreat, No Surrender?
Yeah,
Do
I think
a commentary or something.
we need to do a commentary on No True No Supremacy. I didn't even know Van Damme was in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of his first movies. You know.
Nice. Okay. So, all right. So, up, slaps her on it.
Oh, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it's A for effort. You know, it's her first directorial debut, but you know, she's just directing actors saying lines. The fight scenes were, you know, yes, she's not a good action director, not yet. If she chooses to go that direction, you know, she's got a little bit of work to do.
So, oh well. And that's another thing. I was like, her first directorial debut on Netflix. I'm like, I'll wait to see what everybody else says about it because Netflix, you just never know what you're getting into. And I think you saw you saw something else also. Where is
Oh
it?
yeah,
Where is it? Yeah.
I'll bust this out real quick. Yeah, I
Okay.
watched part 2 of Masters of the Universe.
Wow.
And
I
guess
think
what
you're the
happened?
only person. I think you're the
And
only
guess what
person that
happened?
saw it.
He-Man and Skeletor came back.
Of course they did.
And they saved the day, and there's a bunch of ass whipping, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't care, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, the first part of this got a big buzz. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody's pissed off about it.
Yeah.
And this came out and nobody's talking about it. It was just a thing. People just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone got mad because they killed He-Man and Skeletor in the first episode, and it was basically focused on Teela and her Fellowship of the Ring. You know, trying to, bring them back and learn magic and all that shit. This one, you know, they bring them back. You know, it's I dug it because it kind of focused on Evil Lynn a lot more. You know, I think the first part focused on Teela. This one
didn't she go
focuses on Evil
bad?
Lynn.
Didn't she go evil at the
She
end
went-
of part one?
Well, she was evil. Then she teamed up with Teela, but then went evil to bring back Skeletor. But then said "fuck Skeletor" in this new one, and then took over. And then she became.
Oh, so she went from evil to good to evil to good. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
and then kind of, you know what was funny, and now I think about it, there, you know, when she kicks Skeletor's ass, she's like, you know what? All you want to do is like kill He-Man and shit and rule the world. Like it's like you got no ambition. And it's like it's like, isn't that like the 80s cartoons? Like Cobra Commander and Skeletor, like all they want to do is like rule the world or whatever. It's like
right, whatever that means, rule the world.
some like stupid, shallow, one-dimensional motivation for these villains and shit. And I think she's kind of saying, it's stupid. You just want to like kill. All you want to do is like destroy He-Man and rule the universe. It's like
evolve. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was all right. I got a little deep. I thought like Evelyn basically becomes all powerful and then discovers that the universe is so vast and huge that there's no master to the universe. It has no master. And I'm like, holy shit, that's some like philosophical, like fucking what's
like
his Friedrich Nietzsche type shit.
Yeah. Heard about a savage He-Man.
Oh yeah, so without the control of Prince Adam, he comes back all fucking savage Hulk He-Man, and he has no control and shit. Yeah. But yeah, and then everything's good. There's a big old battle and shit, and it was fine. Everything's fine. I thought it was all right. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it for the most part. You know, whatever. Fucking cartoon.
Didn't destroy your childhood.
It didn't destroy my childhood and shit. You know, it's whatever. You know, and He-Man's back, and yeah, it's fine.
Cool. All right, so yeah, it's He-Man. I'm eventually get around to watching it. It's when I got some downtime or when I'm working from home, I'll check it out.
I tried watching those other He-Man shows, and those suck. So I don't.
What you mean, the other Netflix ones?
There's other He-Man shows on Netflix, and I'm like, God damn, these suck.
I think that's what pissed people off even more. Like right after the Kevin Smith thing, then another He-Man show even worse came out. They're like, nope, no He-Man.
Yeah, well, there's like another one where he's in space or something, and that's stupid too. And like, damn.
Yeah, kind of like I said, I was never the biggest He-Man fan to begin with. So even when I was watching this, I was just like, okay, what you got for me? That's why I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I watched it as a kid. It was a shit when I was a kid.
I mean,
You
even
know?
as a kid, I was just like,
I
it's
didn't give.
terrible.
I haven't really given a fuck about it that much since then. You know.
Yeah, but you got some diehard He-Man fans.
I guess, you know, I mean,
I-
enough to get all like butthurt, reverted to script. Not kind of, no, not really. No, bunch of changes. We have a female man at arms, a black female man at arms now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Black
Tila is
female.
now the sorceress.
I'm trying. You see like the equation go off my head. Like, how does that make
Yeah. So of course, comics gators will be all pissed off about that.
And that's what I've noticed. Netflix are trolling people. They do this on purpose because they know these assholes are just gonna just pick up on it, just make hit clickbait. Man of Arms is a black woman, and all stuff like that. And it'll get
Tila has no tits and
right. And they know it's gonna get clicks, and they know it's gonna get out there. And guess what? It's free promotion for them. So
but they tease what's that dude's name? Horak or Hordrak or that one villain. He's like another
I had
villain.
his toy, but I can't.
Horak, I think his name was. They
like a
tease him at
jaw.
the end.
Yeah, okay.
He has like a skull, big giant skull, and you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, the universe is restored, but there's changes has been made. You know what I mean? So, not quite status quo. So, we'll see if they get to continue.
I mean, the way people are acting, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So, Hordak,
yeah.
Hordak. Okay, that's the name. Yeah, Hor something. I can remember what it was. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me say. Okay, we're gonna move on past this. Okay. So we're gonna move to the video game section now. I do want to let all our reoccurring listeners know, and this is no secret, but everybody knows that the video game section has pretty much been the worst part of this podcast. So, yeah, I'm just saying like it is. I'm just saying like it is, you know. However, I have made a pledge to get better. We're gonna improve that. So
you got to have a presentation nowadays. You're gonna have
I'm gonna put some together instead of just slapping shit together, just so we can just move on to the pot. You just get to the
theme song and some backup dance.
I might work a video game. I'll do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But the thing is, reason I'm saying this is because Steam had a sale this week, and I bought like a shitload of games, and I upgraded my PC. I spent $500 on upgrades just on my PC.
Okay.
A 4 terabyte SSD hard drive with 8 gigabytes of RAM already included. So yeah, that ran me about that much, and it was like a Black Friday sale, so I actually saved money on it. And I got this.
Another controller, a shitty controller.
Not a good one. This is a good one.
That's a PS5.
This, yeah. Oh, not a shitty one this time. Like I said, I've been working my ass off this week, so I decided to splurge a little bit. I decided to, treat myself, So yes, I have a dual shock controller or a dual sense controller, PS5 controller for my PC because I can't find a PS5. So I'm like, screw it, just get that, and I'm gonna see how it feels. So I'm gonna play games. I've upgraded and I've done that. Hold on, let's see what we got. Did the new Guardians game drop? That's what I bought, Jake. That's what I bought. I bought 3 games. Bought Guardians of the Galaxy, NBA 2K because I just wanted to, and what's the third game? Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, and I might buy Cyberpunk. If Cyberpunk's still on sale by tomorrow, I might buy it also. So those all games I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to get them, and I also spent some money on some stupid shit, Eli. Okay, that Avengers game. Okay, they had the skins I like, man. They had the in-game skins. So I bought that shit for all of them. Why? Because I just wanted to. Because I just feel like splurging, But
was that supposed to be Fat Thor?
No, they haven't released Fat Thor yet. They're gonna release him for like $20 by himself. I'm sure that's what's happening. But also while I was playing the Avengers game, I decided to make a quick little video of it because now I'm back streaming again, and this is a little bitty thing I got. So, Eli, there is a spot in the game where Black Panther gets in contact with Mjonlir. So what do you think happens? I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna just click it and see what happens.
Can he lift it? Well,
I'll
just
give
say
up on the video game. No, I'm gonna be the only one playing. It's me and like 5 other people. We're only gonna go playing this game until they eventually just shut everything down. Because once they show that Spider-Man footage, it's like, no, Fuck this game. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you exactly what happened. I'm gonna build up the suspense. Where are we? We hit. Yep. Okay. So, like I said, it was a spot in the game. When you go to it, I'm gonna put us in here too.
Thor Odin's son.
Yep.
That's his
So you
locker?
see, throw it back. Yep. That's his locker.
He
And this
keeps it in
Mjonlir,
his locker.
he keeps it like it's just right there. So he's like, can I lift it? Yeah. You know, he's not worthy.
Oh,
He's not worthy.
damn.
Yeah.
That's
So I put-
racist. No.
Yeah, you know what? I put this. There, people saying it. People saying it. They can't let a black man do nothing. You know, like people are getting pissed off about this shit. Also, calm down. It's a video game, a shitty video game at that. So this is not canon. So whatever. I had some other video game shit, but honestly, that's all I'm talking. We go moving there. Next week, I'll dive a little bit deeper and have some more interesting stuff for y'all. But no, we're going to improve that section of the podcast, Eli. We got to do better.
I'll like beatbox during it or something.
Yeah. Not you, because I know you always smoke a cigarette when I do this shit anyway. So
Have some twerk videos or something.
yeah, when I'm talking this shit, doing my streams, just have Megan Thee Stallion in the background or some shit like that, something.
It's not like we're hot chicks with their tits hanging out.
Right. We gotta compete. You're right.
gotta
That's
compete,
what they do. Yeah. What? No, you should. Yeah. We could go. We go back and forth this all day, Gabe. Should he not? But I'm glad you brought that up because when we talk about the Black Panther comic, that'll kind of go into it, whether or not T'Challa's moral compass should be there. But we'll get there because now we're gonna segue into it. Because, like I said, this is comic book bullies where we talk about the comic books, and we're gonna jump into it. And Eli, I think you got more books than me. I got more books than you.
No, I think I only got 2.
You got so I got more books than you. Well, I think I took one of your books.
You took one of my books, so yeah.
Yeah. Give me your shit, All right. So first thing we're gonna do is you know what? We're gonna start off with X-Men. I just want to get X-Men out the way. Because if for some reason that was like the number 1 book on Comixology. I don't know why there was the number 1 book on Comixology, but it just was. So
just regular X-Men?
Just regular X-Men. X-Men number 5. I guess some big shit happened, but I don't know what big shit happened, but people will go, oh, crazy. So we'll talk about it and we'll see whether or not the big shit was worth all the hype that everybody was saying it was. So yeah, they introduced the new villain, Dr. Stasis. And honestly, I forgot him just that quick, but he's a big deal in this. Yeah. So basically the book starts off is that they fight the Reavers. Now, for those who don't know who the Reavers are, I think they were the bad guys in Logan. I think maybe. And Sunfire's like the last guy.
Yeah, Logan, yeah.
Yeah. So Sunfire was the last guy left, but the thing is the Reavers have equipment. Everybody know all the X-Men bad guys know how to shoot them with shit that cuts off their powers. So that's the thing. So all the X-Men are down except for Polaris. Polaris is the only one that's still awoke, and she's just like, oh, y'all have pissed me off. So what she does, and I'm gonna get to it because it's the coolest part of it. Yeah. Since Laura is knocked out, X-23, Laura, Wolverine, whatever you can call her, she levitates her body because her body is all adamantium. She's like, oh yeah, you pissed me off. So she's puppeting, controlling Laura. I'm gonna just cut to the end because I don't give a fuck about Richard's book. I just care about that scene right there because she just goes nuts and just starts swinging. Yeah, she like make her claws go out. She like, yeah, y'all have pissed me off. So Laura sleep the whole time. She don't know what the fuck going on. She's just controlling her puppet, cutting off arms, all shit like that. And yeah, and then they just take off. Yeah, they actually blind her, and she's like, "You can't blind me because I can see the electromagnetic spectrum with my eyes closed, so I can still see you." So she's still controlling Laura, just chopping up people. She's like, then Laura finally wakes up. She's like, what happened? And everybody, limbs, and then she wakes up and starts beating with a stop sign, something like that. So that's the book. Anyway, no one cares. This is the important part of Dr. Stasis, because now the thing, you remember we always talk about Batman. How Batman never does anything for, the community.
Mm-hmm.
He just beats the shit out of people. The X-Men are giving a food drive. And they actually brought some of their healers over for people that don't have insurance. They're like, any ailments or disease you have, come on here, talk to our healers, we'll heal you. They're doing it for the community.
Nice of them.
Yeah, while they're doing that, Ben Urich shows up because he got a tip from Dr. Stasis. And Dr. Stasis says, okay, he has footage of you guys from your attack on Asteroid M or whatever that shit was, in House of X. And he shows footage of you, Cyclops, getting your head blown off with a shotgun. but I'm talking to you right now. So please explain to me how this happened. You know what? Don't answer. You mutants have solved death, haven't you? You figured out how to resurrect yourselves, haven't you? You're like, you know what? It's gonna take me a day to get this article ready, but in that day, I'll give you time to, give a speech or talk me out of it if you can. And that's the book. So people are freaking out because because basically the secret is out. Because they were like, the one thing we can't do, we can't let people know that we know how to resurrect ourselves. So Ben-Hur knows the secret, but he's not going to tell anybody. Here's the thing. Ben-Hur's not going to tell anybody. You know why? Because in that same Frank Miller run, he figured out Daredevil was Matt Murdock. Did he tell anybody? No. So he's going to do the same thing here. He's not going to tell anybody. He's a shitty reporter. That's his thing. So, yeah. Overall, I'll give this book 3 out of 5. It was one to remember. Honestly, ever since Hickman run, the X-Men books kind of gone down. People are shitting on the X-Men books and blaming Hickman why they suck. He's not even there. Y'all blaming him. He's doing some other stuff. So, yeah, hold on, what we got? Probably one because of the Polaris Wolverine stuff. No one cares about that because this same writer did the same thing with the real Wolverine and Conan. Or was it Conan? It was Conan. Remember when he took Wolverine's unconscious body and started slicing people? Slicing people and shit.
Slicing people. Yeah.
It's the same writer. He did the same thing. So this isn't even new,
Logan of Pabst, or what did he call them?
Yeah, something. Something. All right. So what you got?
I guess Batman Reptilian #6, the final issue.
Let's do it.
This is Garth Ennis and Liam Sharp. So this was DC Black Label, so it's not canon. So basically some monster was going around killing all of Batman's villains, like eviscerating them, like fucking them up. Batman goes investigating, figures out it's Killer Croc, but not Killer Croc. Finds Killer Croc in the sewer, but he's all fucked up. And it turns out he gave birth. So whatever mutation he had, it somehow reverted back to his reptilian DNA, where some reptiles can change or can have both sexes and give birth, kind of like seahorses, or like what they say in Jurassic Park. Like what they say in Jurassic Park.
Life will find a way.
Yeah. So that's what happened. He gave birth to this big giant monster thing, and because Killer Croc while he was pregnant with this thing, Killer Croc was hanging around with all of Batman's villains and getting his pheromones around. So after he gave birth, the reptile monster went out and sniffed out the pheromones, which was Batman's villains, and that's why he killed them all. So in this last issue, Batman and faces off with the giant monster, and he jumps down its throat, and then we pick up this issue.
Wait, you mean like literally
he jumped down his throat, and so we pick up this issue. He's inside the monster's stomach, but he starts radio controlling the Batmobile, and he controls the Batmobile to come and basically hit him and fuck him up. And Batman bursts out and says, "Hey, yeah, it's still alive though." So they take it to the Star Labs or whoever comes and takes it, and then they take Killer Croc. They're probably going to study you and shit because you're weird and you're and that's about it. So it's just the finale. Batman finds a way to kick ass as usual. And yeah, it was just a fun, monster movie, horror, creature feature Batman story. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Nice. Okay. All right. So the next book I'm going to do, and I think we're going to tag team this. Like I said, this is the book I took from you, but
okay.
I'm never going to need your help on it anyway. So the next book we're going to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, because you read, I haven't made it that far yet. So I know it's going to be spoilers for me.
Oh, you're talking about Immortal Hulk? Yeah. I don't really think you really needed to know much from Immortal Hulk, at least from what I read of this. So.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay. So the book we're going to do, like I said, the Immortal Hulk run is done. So this is just Hulk.
Yeah.
And we have a new writer, Danny Cates, y'all. Danny Cates writing. So basically, Danny Cates, who wrote Venom, went to Hulk, and Al Ewing, who wrote Hulk, went to Venom.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody's still on the same page. So that's what we're going with right now.
Crisscross.
So yeah, crisscross. So what do we have here? Basically Hulk destroying some shit, but at the bottom of it, you see Bruce Banner. Now you can't see the fine print. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in as much as I can. You see Bruce Banner right there, and at the bottom of it, it's gonna say, what if Hulk exists to protect us from Banner? And then basically what they're setting up is that, okay, Banner is the bad guy of this run that we have going on, which it kind of makes sense because, like I said, if we're gonna do like, you know, if we're gonna do like a Frankenstein monster type of, you know, metaphor parallel with it, Frankenstein was the monster, not the monster. So it makes sense that, you know, Banner would be the evil genius. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. So let's just start the story. Issue 1. Let's just jump into it. It begins with Hulk punching something. He's mad. What is he punching? We don't know. Whatever it is, he can't punch it. It's dents all over it. And it turns out he is in some place that Banner has trapped him. And he's punching to, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Okay, so the artist, they have a new artist also, Ryan Ottley. If you don't know who Ryan Ottley is, he is the artist from Invincible. So I don't know whoever read that book, but like everybody knows who Invincible is now. But like I said, so that's where you're gonna get this kinetic action that he's known for. And yeah, so Banner has trapped Hulk into this room, and we're in his mind. When Banner's not like physically here, he's mentally here, you know. So he's trapped in one of those rooms, and
that's probably only reference to Immortal Hulk, because yes, Banner's personalities are all, you know, all the different personalities live inside the Hulk now.
Mm-hmm. But that's an old thing. That's a thing that's always ever since, you know.
That's the only, but that's like the only thing from Immortal Hulk that's carried over. Is
Mm-hmm.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not there physically, and he even talks to Betty, but like I said, Betty's not there. It's just his subconscious, basically trying to be his conscious. Why are you doing this? You shouldn't do what you're about to do, and he does it anyway. You know, and you're like, but he's just a child. You ever seen The Omen? You know, I kind of like that line. And so, and, okay, so that's what. So they keep talking about El Paso. Go ahead and spoil Immortal Hulk for me. Did that happen?
You know what? There's nothing happened. I don't know what El Paso is, so that's something new.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
so I kept thinking I kept missing something. So
no,
this is just Danny Cates just doing whatever he wants to do.
Yeah,
okay.
Something happened because at the end of Immortal Hulk, everybody was cool. Everybody's, you know, Banner was cool. Everybody who had like a sort of a new outlook on life.
Okay, so this is basically
I don't know
something.
Yeah, this is some new Danny Cates shit. So
okay, so it'll be revealed when it's time. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so basically we can go in this run with a complete fresh slate.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, Banner's saying that I'm gonna control the Hulk now, and he's in some kind of thing. So you got Spider-Man right here. Where's Spider-Man doing? He's talking to the Avengers, and basically Doctor Strange is telling him Banner has done some wild shit. He's done some shit I didn't even know he could do, because he's either used some magic, but he used some magic I don't even know. There you go, Echo right there. For those who don't know, Echo is Phoenix now in the comics. So yeah. And basically saying that Banner has locked away Hulk's mind, but he's like stole some stuff from AIM, and I think he stole some stuff from Tony.
Yeah.
No, he didn't steal stuff. He stole some stuff from AIM. Stole stuff from AIM, put it on the Hulk, and turned Hulk into a spaceship, a starship.
Sure.
Something.
A Megazord, a Voltron.
Yeah. So that kind of lost me, but I kind of just went with it.
Yeah.
So that's what we got.
That's a lot. That's quite the leap.
Yeah, I was like, Starship? I was like, okay. Now I heard the Geeks and Comics earlier, and they trashed this. They was like, Starship, I'm out. You know.
Yeah.
So this is gonna fuck up some people, you know.
I didn't listen to their shit, but yeah, I was kind of like, what? Okay.
But I knew this was gonna lose some people. I know some people's gonna be like, no, I can't do this. But I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? You know. So anyway, Hulk is a starship fighting a Hulkbuster, you know, like he normally does, you know, beating a Hulk, because he's trying to take over a Stark plant, like a Stark building, and Tony's trying to stop him from getting in there, you know. And basically Hulk just telling him, look, you've never beat me with Hulkbuster. Why are you sending this shit at me? You know, and they starts fighting. He was like, because I came ready for you this time. So he actually does some shit. This actually some cool shit right here. This is why I went with it, because this next shit is cool as fuck. This shit where he does the adamantium particles and stuff. So he shoots them out and he forms them and he traps Hulk. So it's adamantium. He can't get loose. He's like, I got you. You can't get in here. And he has got like a bunch of Hulk busters with him and stuff, or whatever, and they're blasting him and shit. And Bandage is like, you think that's gonna stop me? They ain't gonna stop me. So he actually powers up Hulk. And the reason he powers up Hulk is that he's shooting Hulk with stuff, So the stronger Hulk gets, the stronger this starship gets. It's weird. Just go with it.
The more mad it is. Yeah. So it's like a whole like mindscape or whatever. It's kind of reminiscent of the Green Door and being in hell. And yeah. So
nothing really happening to him, but he's making Hulk think something is happening to him, which is making Hulk powerful. Oh, and also since Banner is in the wheel, anytime Hulk talks, it's Banner talking. Like not Banner mixed with Hulk. No, it's just Banner. So Banner rips his arm out of the adamantium brace that was holding him. So his arm is loose. And I'm like, oh shit, he's like, I'll say with it end, because Tony thought the shit was over. He was like, I trapped you, you're done. He didn't think Hulk was gonna rip his own arm off, and starts beating the hell out of him. Punches through the Hulk, just starts taking all out of the Hulk bullshit like that, ripping the pieces and shit, smashes them. And Tony's just like, how did you know I went in the Hulkbuster suit? You're like, I didn't, but thanks for telling me where you are. So he puts his own glove on, rips it off, starts shooting up other shit, rips through there. That's and blasts him. So he finds the real Tony. He's like, you can't do this. They're like, oh yes, I can. So punch the shit out of him. And the reason he's here is because of this whole Null thing. And who wrote Null? Donny Cates. It's all one story. So he's like, that time we fought Null, you built this thing.
I was about to say, you should probably know more about Donny Cates'
than
the Hulk, than Immortal Hulk. Yeah,
that is true. For people that don't know who Donny Cates, his whole thing, Donny Cates is writing just one long story. That's all he's doing. Doesn't matter what story he's on, it's all one long thing. So this is continuing from the Null story. So Tony made this celestial arc where if something were so bad, he can load everybody in this big Iron Man suit and fly them off the planet.
Yeah, the Celestial Iron suit. Or Iron Celestial, or whatever the fuck
whatever it is. So Hulk or Banner is just like, I want it. So he just jumps through it, and that's it. That's what I don't really know what happens next.
Oh, he says some shit about anger and all this crap, and
yeah.
Shit we haven't heard before.
Yeah,
or we've heard before. I mean,
it's weirder than our normal Hulk books we're getting. Okay, what you got? Okay, yeah, the stuff he
stole was in Free Comics Book Day, and ever since I first saw Star Trek, I was like, what if our bodies were ships, and when we fight someone, it was like firing photon torpedoes. He said that, or you said that,
or did Star Trek say that,
or who said that? Did Gabe say that, or Donny Cates?
All I know is that Hulk, a starship, like I said, that is a leap. That is like, what? I'm with it for now because I'm curious to see where Donny Cates is going with this. But
he's taking him to space. That's what we thought we were.
Is he?
It's cosmic. He's to Cosmic Ghost Rider, Cosmic Thor. Thanos
Cosmic
wins.
Venom.
yeah, Cosmic, the Black Silver Surfer. I mean, he's taking Hulk to space so he can fight Thor. That's all this is for.
I guess. Yeah. I'm with it. I'm still with it. It hasn't lost me yet. That's what I'm saying. It hasn't lost me yet. I'm giving Donny Cates the benefit of the doubt. If it didn't have Donny Cates' name on it, I would be like, what the hell is going on? I would be like that, but I'm going with it for now. All right. So
I don't know. After like I said, it's hard to top. You ain't gonna top Immortal Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
He is definitely not trying to. He's definitely taking it in another direction. I just don't know if I'm digging that. I'm kind of like, I don't know. And that's the thing, is like, is it me? Am I being biased because I love the Immortal Hulk so much? Or is this?
It feels like,
or is this actually? Is this actually stupid?
That's what I'm saying. Because it feels like he's trying to take Hulk and fit him into all these other stories he's writing. And like you're trying to fit Hulk into a square peg. Does that work?
Yeah,
I don't.
because like the way, I mean, the point of Immortal Hulk was, it was all cerebral. It was all philosophical, dealing with trauma, dealing with anxieties. It was very cerebral.
And no offense to Donny Cates, that's not him.
Yeah.
He's not cerebral. He's not.
And like the Hulk, it turns out it's almost like they all needed each other. Everybody needed each other. The Hulk and Banner needed each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so for them to say, "Oh, Banner's the fucking enemy now," which I know they've done that before. It's Future Imperfect, and the Hulk's greatest enemy is Banner and all that shit. I'm just like, after ending on that, following it up with like all of a sudden Bruce Banner's a bad guy, it doesn't gel with me so much. I get what he's trying to do, and it's not like it hasn't been done before.
Mm-hmm.
But after the Immortal Hulk run, it's like he ended things on such a profound note to just like throw it all away, and now Hulk's
they might have should have let Hulk breathe a little bit. I know they want to keep these stories going, like just let him breathe. Don't give him a story like right after. Like let us take in.
Yeah.
Like we did with Hawkeye, like we did with Vision. They didn't just keep the runs going. But I feel like with now I'm trying to put my mind in the frame of whoever is the head of Marvel now. I don't know, Kevin Feige, I don't know. I think what they're trying to do is give us more smashy smash. Like we had the cerebral Hulk, we had the introspective Hulk. Give us smashy smash.
Yeah.
I mean, for people that want it.
And I get that, but
that's why they got the Invincible guy to come over.
Yeah, it's just, I don't mind smashy smash, but I don't know if I'm like he could have smashed. He could have smashed villains. I mean, bring Thanos back and have him fight or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all of a sudden making Banner the enemy and doing like kind of throwing everything Al Ewing wrote, away, and just sort of
right. It feels too soon. It's, yeah.
It doesn't gel with me so much, and so I was like, I get what he's trying to do. I don't know if I'm down with it though, and maybe I'll give it another go. But I had a hard time. Okay, the Hulk is a Voltron, is a Megazord, is a Power Ranger.
Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around that.
Starship or whatever.
Ultraman,
Yeah, he's a little like Hulk is. Yeah, Banner's a little mini Captain Kirk inside Hulk's mind, controlling him, like like Kang from the Ninja Turtles.
Like I'm basically like squinting my eyes, trying to go with like, oh okay, Donny Cates, but give the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna see where it goes, but
I think they're just bringing him to space and have him fight Venom, and we're gonna have Venom Hulk, and we're gonna have Thor Hulk, Thor versus. I mean, I think that's all. I think this was all for.
So Black Silver Surfer is gonna show up. We already know that.
Yeah, we're just Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yeah, all that shit. That this
Guardians
is all
of the
just,
Galaxy.
Yeah. So I was a little.
It's
like I wanted to like it, but I was just like, do I really like it? Then I'm like questioning myself. Well, maybe I'm being too hard on it.
It is a completely different tonal shift from what Al Ewing did. So I think we're getting used to that.
Yeah. And that's where I was like, am I being too hard on it? Do I need to let that go and just let this?
Because we don't hate Donny Cates. We're not one of those people, you know.
And like a thing, I didn't love what Al Ewing did with Venom.
That is true. Because Venom is not some introspective, pondering, is man or monster, it's like that. Yeah. But at the same time, like Venom and Hulk actually do, if you break them down to their core aspects, they have a lot of similarities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
is Silver Surfer still black? I don't know.
Yeah, yes, he is, because people just forgot about him. Like Donny Cates just doing whatever he wants, Silver Surfer, and nobody else cares. So everybody forgot to turn him back regular. So he's just out there black, just whatever.
And it was like nullified. He nullified.
Yeah. So when Marvel feels like doing something with Silver Surfer, they'll turn them regular again. But until then, yeah, nobody wants to touch that Donny Cates shit. Just let them do whatever. So, all right. So, well, who's next?
This is me, huh? Oh, the only book other book I did was Superman 78, number 4. So yeah, Superman 78. This is a tribute to Donner Superman movies. It's basically an unofficial sequel to the Donner Superman movies. We have Brainiac coming down and threatening Earth. He wants to, assimilate Earth or whatever. And Superman says, "No, I will leave the planet as long as you leave Earth alone." And so he does. So he goes. Superman, last issue, Superman goes surrenders to Brainiac. Brainiac shrinks him down into Kandor, and he's still got everybody Krypton. He shrunk Krypton, and he went and saw his mom and dad again. So
but they did. Yes, but never mind. Okay,
but he must have shrunk them before the planet blew up.
Okay.
So in this issue, he's like, hanging out with his mom and dad and shit, trying to, he's feeling out of place because he grew up in Kansas playing football, and now he's like part of this prestige Kryptonian family and shit. And but then Lex Luthor is like, "Man, this fucking Brainiac guy, who the hell do you think he is? I'm the greatest criminal mind ever. So I'm gonna fucking take him down. If anyone's gonna beat Superman, it's gonna be me." So
that sounds like Lex Luthor. So
yeah. So he invented some weird little transmitter that he put on Superman's cape before he surrendered to Brainiac, and so he starts talking to. He basically calls Superman. Him and Lois call Superman through this transmitter down on Kandor. And Superman's like, "What are you doing, man? You can't be calling me. Brainiac's gonna find out." The only reason why Brainiac isn't destroying Earth is because I said y'all weren't smart enough, y'all are too primitive, So quit calling me. So but then Jor-El's like, "Hey, we've picked up a signal. This is just what I need to defeat Jor-El." It's like, who did this? And like, "Oh, it's Lex Luthor." "Oh, well, don't tell him I said that. But yeah, this is just what I need to defeat Brainiac." And that's kind of where it ends. So yeah.
Cool. Isn't it like a limited series?
Yeah, I think there's one more. Yeah, there's a scene where Brainiac and that's right. Brainiac and Lex Luthor actually meet.
Okay.
And Lex Luthor and Brainiac's like, you're a fool if you think you're smarter than me. And of course, Lex Luthor is, I'm the greatest criminal mind of ever, and blah blah blah. Okay, well, fuck you then. And then Brainiac shrinks Metropolis.
Okay.
And that's that. I should have grabbed Image. I didn't do my homework. Sorry. So yeah, here we go. So this is the last panel.
Oh damn!
Brainiac shrinking Metropolis and taking it up. So yeah, 4 out of 5. I'm digging this. It's fun.
Cool. Okay. All right. So last book I got is, and it's weird. This is the last book I got, and I'm gonna say why this is the last book I got. Last book I'm gonna do is Black Panther #1. Now the reason it's the last book I'm gonna do, Eli, because of all the books we just talked about, this is the least selling. Yeah, that's it's the weird thing. Like, this is the one everybody wants to know about. What about you do Black Panther? What you do Black Panther? But nobody's buying it. Now I'm gonna show you, because I'm gonna actually show you the list of what we have. Not that.
Which is too bad because this cover is dope.
The cover is dope as hell. I mean, it's Alex Ross. You can't go wrong with Alex Ross. So they're putting money behind it.
I would get this poster. Like, I would hang this on my wall. That's dope.
Yeah. So, because I'm gonna just show everybody who's listening, or watching the numbers. Because, like I said, we're gonna go on Comixology. Like I said, I don't have the official numbers in front right now. We can look at Comixology and kind of get a gauge of how comics are selling. Like I said, X-Men always at the top. Hulk, Hawkeye, because they drop price. We don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Donny Cates, yeah.
Donny Cates, right? Yeah.
But let's keep going down. We got Wolverine.
Like, even the Batman vampire shit.
Vampire. Nobody's reading this shit. Doctor Strange,
Dune.
Flash, Dune.
Once in Future.
Superman, the one you just reviewed, Cosmic Iron Man,
Task Force
and
Z, God.
Task
that
Force
was
Z, not XZ.
Yeah. I read the
And
first
where-
one and I didn't like it.
Right. So where that at the bottom? Black Panther #1. Why is this book so low? That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I think I have my theories. One of my theories is that Ta-Nehisi Coates, he kind of ran the book to the ground, so people don't know what to do with it now. But yeah. Now I know people love Ta-Nehisi Coates, but people that actually like Black Panther and read Black Panther comics hate Ta-Nehisi Coates, So it's a dichotomy going on with that. So they kind of almost got to repair Black Panther name or just fix what Coates did. And they brought in John Ridley. For those who know who John Ridley is, one of the things he did is write 12 Years a Slave. But he also writing the new Black Batman book over in DC right now. And it turns out, Eli, the guy actually has comic roots in there. I think like the old Justice League cartoon. I think he used to write some stuff on there too. So he's actually like in the comics world. He's not like Coates. He's in the comics. This is his world. So we're just gonna jump into it, see what we got, and because I want to show everybody that dope ass cover, just like you said. And not this cover, but the actual dope part of like the spread, yeah, with the Dora Milaje Storm, the Avengers on the right side of it, the Intergalactic Empire. So the stuff that Coates brought to the book is actually carrying over from this. So it's not like a Donny Cates thing what we saw before. It's carrying over from that. So let's jump to the book, see what we got. So the book actually starts off with T'Challa leading the Avengers, because people hadn't been catching up. That's what's going on right now. He runs the event. When I mean he runs them, he runs them. He finances them. He gave them their own base. He runs the team. He is the chairman. All this stuff, he runs them. He calls the members who come. He comes with the missions and stuff. So they fight some nameless monsters. It really does not matter who these monsters are. Doctor Strange are here. They fight them. I'll move on because I really don't care. The point is, afterwards, Steve and T'Challa have a conversation, and Steve is just asking them, man, look, I mean, I know you got a lot of stuff going on, man, but are you going to have enough time for the Avengers? Because the Avengers need a full-time leader, not somebody that mind over here and mind over there. He like, no, don't worry, you have my undivided attention. I am going to run the Avengers. You're like, that's all I ask. And they shake hands and they walk off. Now that ends the Avengers portion part of it. Now we're actually talking about the Wakanda part. We go back to Wakanda, and just like in the Ta-Nehisi Coates run, Wakanda is no longer a monarchy. Did I say that right, Eli? Because I completely butchered the first time I said that. I think
Monarchy?
Monarchy. Okay, because I butchered it last time. So monarchy. So they're no longer a monarchy. They are a democracy. But T'Challa is still king. But since they are democracy now, they're no longer, have a monarch at the head. His political power, he's basically a figurehead. That's basically it. He's a figurehead. He has no power. So he sits there while they, have the House of the Speaker of the House talks and stuff like that, and talks to Congress, stuff like that. And he says what he thinks they should do, but nobody's listening to him. He's not used to that. He's not usually when he says stuff, people pay attention. They're ignoring him to the point he's just like, look, I'm gonna leave. Y'all talk this amongst yourselves. And meanwhile, the head of the Dogs of War basically telling him, like, look, man, you got to get used to it. Times are changing. It's democracy. Democracy is the process. He's like, I'm not used to this democracy stuff. I'm used to when I say stuff happens, stuff happens. But that's what's going on. And we go to this other thing. We go to Chile. Yeah, Santiago, Chile. And we meet this couple that's sneaking away. But what's going on with this couple? We noticed that when they kissing and loving, they say, I feel like we're cheating. You're like, no, we're not cheating. And you zoom in on them and you see that the guy has a Komoyo bead. So he's obviously Wakanda, even though Komoyo beads exist, but you can tell it's a special superpower Komoyo bead. Anyway, the guy gets headshot. I forgot about the scene. He gets headshotted and they get ambushed by some assassins and they're running away. And right before they get attacked, they turn into their Wakandan suits and stuff like that. And they go to war and they start fighting. They have the scene, Komoyo beads activate and they go all Power Rangers and stuff. And they're like, okay, let's fight. So then these assassins fight them all off like that. And the dude dies. And I like how the sign says sin salida. That means no exit in Espanol. He dies.
I guess.
Yeah, I Googled it. So yeah. But anyway, he dies. That's what's going on. So the girl survives and she heads back to Wakanda. And T'Challa shows up. Oh, she calls T'Challa also like, T'Challa, you got to get over here right now. You got to talk to us. And he's like, I told y'all never to call me. But he shows up anyway. He's just like, I just want to see the body. Because apparently he was close to the guy. They said that the guy was his best friend. And so he goes there. He visits the guy, sees the dead body. He's like, oh, damn, this is messed up. And he's like, and he walks with her. And he goes outside and cries. So he was obviously close to this guy, you know. So he sits down. He's like, okay, debrief me. What the hell happened? He's like, we snuck away. We got in the cafe and we got attacked. He was like, didn't I tell y'all never to contact each other? She was like, T'Challa, we've been on this duty for you for years that you've been telling us to do. We got horny, basically. So we met up. So that's basically what happened. So and he was like, does anybody else know what's going on? He was like, nah. So, but here's the thing. If they attacked us, they might know what else is going on. So we need you to fix the situation. And he was like, well, before we go, I gotta have a conversation. So he goes to talk to Shuri. And it basically breaks down exactly what is going on. Basically, T'Challa isn't down with this democracy thing. He he said, look, this democracy thing is cool, but it's pointless. Democracy is a lie. Stable nations need a singular leader. And Shuri just straight to tell him, dictator. You mean dictator? He was like, look, call me what you want to call me. I never pretended to be anything else than what I am. You want to call me dictator? Call me dictator. But this democracy is a lie. People act like stuff is free. It's not free. Majority still rules. People can be paid off. Allies can turn enemies at the drop of a hat. Like democracy isn't what you think it is. And it's a commentary on us. I'm not going to get there, but
that was pretty deep.
Yeah, it's going there like we can call, But anyway, basically what T'Challa says. So look, since I don't trust this democracy, Wakanda's.
He basically wrote Coates in one panel. That
Coates took 6 issues to discuss. Right. Yeah. He just broke it out in one panel. Like, look, this is it. I'm not down with this shit. That's it. But it's political, but it's there.
Yeah.
So
Coates would have took the whole book.
Just monologuing and soliloquies and stuff like, we get it, man. Yeah. We get it. Just get to the point, So basically what T'Challa's doing, he was like, since I ain't down with democracy, I put my war dogs, my spies all over the country. I put about 10 of them in different spots of the country and place them where I want them to be. They report back to me on what's going on. So if anything pops off that shouldn't go down that may threaten Wakanda, they take out whoever I want to. They assassinate anybody I want to at the drop of a hat on my say-so. And nobody else knows about this but me. Not even people in Wakandan government. They report to me and me alone. But the thing is, the people he got, they all faked their death. So nobody even knows that they're still alive. So he got his own personal hit squad all over the country of dead people that nobody knows about. And now he's been found out and they're being assassinated under his nose. So Shuri's like, this is fucked up, but she decides to help him anyway. He was like, look, you need to find out who's doing this and get to the point of it. But Shuri's, reading him riot act like, man, what are you doing? You trust people. Like, what about the Avengers? He's like, I don't trust them like that, which he doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. There's always been T'Challa's thing, but Shuri's going to help him out. So we get down to it. Oh, yeah. And now he talks to the Avengers. But basically, he quits the Avengers. He resigns as the leader of the Avengers. He was like, didn't we just have a conversation about that you said you were going to step up and be a better leader? You're like, yeah, that was yesterday. I got stuff to do. So do what y'all do. So he quits the Avengers and that's it, and they go to Moscow and he meets up with that chick again. We're going to cut to the end. So I guess she's going to be like a thing in the book or whatever. And she was just like, look, T'Challa, if these people know what I think they know, are you ready for what comes next? And they give us a preview of what comes next. Him face off against the X-Men with his ex-wife, Storm, fighting Captain America, fighting Dora Milaje. And he's like,
season on Black Panther.
Right. And it's like, I'm ready for this. And that's the book. Like I said, it's a long book, but basically John Ridley is kind of like setting up the book that he's trying to tell. So, like I said, I'm into it so far. The thing is, hold on, let me see what we got. Yeah, and when I see no one accent, it's like Coast Run or not, it's kind of scary. Yeah, It's not like Colts run. It is not like Coach run. It's giving me flashback to Priest run because it's giving me that feeling again. Because the thing is, now I know the MCU have put the Black Panther's image and what they think Black Panther is like, but in the comics, T'Challa is an asshole. He's always been an asshole. That's just how he is. He doesn't trust anybody. He is paranoid. He always schemes behind people's back. That's how he always was. And this book seems like it's taking him back to that, where he only joined the Avengers just to get their access to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s record and their records to report back to Wakanda, or he meets behind Shuri's back to meet with Namor, to destroy other planets and stuff like that. This is stuff he does. So he's back to this, being the paranoid T'Challa that we know of, so I'm digging it. It's going back to basics. I can feel like there's gonna be way more action than what's been before. So like it's a step up from what Coach did. So if everybody worried about is it gonna be like Coach Run, I can already tell it's not gonna be Coach Run. This is not Coach.
No.
So
Because I read this in like 10 minutes. It's like, wow, that was pretty cool.
You went stuck on one page. Somebody actually got punched,
Yeah. Where it was like Coach Run. I'm like, wait, what is he talking about? And I got to go back.
You got it right. Who is he talking to? They weren't even talking to people. They just talking. Just in a room by themselves, just like a wall of text. Like, what the hell, man? So yeah. So that's what's going on with this book. So I'm enjoying this. I'm just glad. Like, I hope people get back on the train of Black Panther because we actually got a fun Black Panther book again. It's been so long. It's been so long that people think this is how Black Panther books are supposed to be. Like, I guess they're just supposed to be boring. No, they're supposed to be fun. Jack Kirby made this guy.
Yeah, and John Ridley's been writing the next Batman books.
Batman.
Yeah, I haven't stayed on it. I was reading it for a while. I haven't stayed on it.
I haven't either.
I've dropped all Batman right now.
Yeah, except I'm just Batman out. Like, there's nothing against him. I'm just Batman out. But I've heard good things. So that's good. And plus, like I said, John Ridley is an actual comic book writer. He's not like a guy that was doing other shit and he just stuck him on a book. That's what Coates did. Coates is not a comic book writer. Now, I get it. Coates has awards on top of awards and accolades, all stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
and that's the thing. That's what kind of irks me when Marvel does that. They sort of just get these, what kind
celebrities.
Right over left over right. I don't know.
Okay, let me explain it. Okay. Everybody get it right. It's right over left. That's Wakanda forever. Wakanda, Wonder Woman. Wakanda, Wonder Woman. Please remember the difference, man.
But no, what irks me about like I guess when like celebrity writers just start writing comics, and it's just like y'all already got jobs, all right, and they're not that, and it ain't like their books are that good, it's almost like it's almost like oh you can just write a comic book because
that's exactly what they're thinking. They were like, it's just a comic. It's just a comic. You see this Pulitzer Prize? I can just write this shit in my like I'm on the toilet, while I'm on my way to the airport to do some real writing. They just that's how you think.
And that's stupid and kind of insulting and
condescending. Right. And then they wonder why it doesn't sell, why people drop off with it, because you're not a real comic. This is the thing. Comic book writing is a medium on itself. Yeah. Just because you mastered one form of writing doesn't mean you know how to do this.
And it's hard. It's tricky. Like, I've dabbled in it, and it's one of the hardest things that I've ever written. Like, the form of like trying to tell that story. You have a limited amount of space, a limited amount of pages, a limited amount of images, panels to tell your story. And you have to strip it down to the basics, and that's something I think Coates and a lot of celebrity writers,
J.J. Abrams' son, just give him a Spider-Man book, like
Taboo.
You ever written anything before? Taboo, Method Man, not Method Man. One of my top 10 lyricists of all time, but I don't want to read one of his comics. I don't want to read his Luke Cage shit. No, give me somebody else.
He can write rhymes like a motherfucker, but can he write a cool comic book?
Right.
If you want to like Coates was trying to cram all these ideas, brilliant, smart ideas. But it just didn't translate well in a comic book form.
And he scared away people from the book, but hopefully John really brings them back. I'm
Meanwhile, there's a bunch of people who do want to write comics, who are comic book writers, Give
Can't
them
get
the
their foot in the
fucking
door.
job.
Right.
Yeah,
And when they do get in there, Marvel rips them the fuck off.
yeah.
Oh, David Ayer, that's a great looking Panther. You gonna let's throw this in our Hawkeye TV show. They'll pay you shit,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't win for losing. So yeah.
No shit.
So, like I said, this is a real medium. These are stories that people put hard work into. I don't know how long John really took to write this stuff or put his whole run, a series of direction we're going to go. But you can tell he didn't just slap this shit together. He didn't just do this in his spare time. He's taking this stuff seriously.
And it was a long comic, but it didn't feel that long. I mean, it was
Yeah.
and it wasn't even that long. It was like 33 pages or something.
But it made sense because he has to establish, what direction he's going. So it's
It's a number one. They gave him an extra pages. He established all this stuff. His history of the Avengers, the current situation in Wakanda, and then this plot line.
Right.
This James Bond, somebody's after all these agents, killing all the agents, espionage shit. He set it all up and it flowed fine. It was
So I don't know. So hopefully it'll bring people back. I don't know. So we recommend it. I give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it wasn't the strongest. But it was a good, strong start to a new run. The little after credit scene caught my attention. So I got to give credit for that too. So yeah.
I like this more than the Hulk.
I did like it more because the Hulk was like, I still don't know how to feel about the Hulk. With this, I was like, well, this is good. This is strong. And it was entertaining. That's the thing about it. It was entertaining. Like, we haven't read an entertaining Black Panther comic in like 5 years.
And he was doing wisecracks and shit. He was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the magic, the portal, or whatever, the superhero shit we do.
It's always a portal. Yeah.
There's always some shit.
Like T'Challa cracking jokes. What the hell?
Yeah,
Yes, he does this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you got any more or?
I'm booked out. So.
Okay. Like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Listen to This Geeks and Comics. Like I said, I briefly dipped in to see what they were doing. But I'm gonna go back and listen to them a little bit more. Check out Get Valiant, check out everything else, and we just keep the ball rolling. We're gonna have a big end of the year blowout that Eli will probably start planning for like now.
Yeah, we should.
It takes us a while to put that show together. So
start making our lists.
Yeah,
our
making
best
a list
of the year shit.
Yeah. And yes, and I will start Twitch streaming again. Jake, I don't know if you're still here or not, but the Guardians of the Galaxy, I will stream it. And Eli, 5 minutes in, I love the game.
Well, my brother, Fat T, he got it, and he says it's cool too. So
yeah, so it's not Avengers, it's actually a good game. Yeah, but until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
Something strange in the air today. The sun is gone and the clouds turn gray. Just what's coming is hard to say. I don't know. There's a battle above the street. The ground is rumbling below our feet. The skies turn red and I feel the heat. Gotta go. Who can save us? A city sings. We need the hope that salvation brings. You're the power to find the light. Avengers assemble and fight the fight. Save the city, help us win. Save us all from the state we're in. Things look dark, but I know this can't be the end. There's a future and I know that. With the strength you bring us, we'll rise again. Avengers unite, 'cause we got to hear you say, I could do this all day. The day looks tough, but we're New York strong. And 8 million people just can't be wrong. We love all kinds, but Loki, you don't belong. So get gone. The rent and garbage are both sky high. But I love New York is our battle cry. We're ready to fight, never have to ask why. Bring it on. Yes, the city is on the brink, and it may smell unite, 'cause we've got to hear you say, I could do this all. The Hulk is incredible, smashing things up, while Iron Man takes to the sky. Captain America's strong, and that Thor is a god, and Lord knows they're easy on the eyes. Black Widow's a knockout who can knock you out, and when Ant-Man flies, you won't hear a sound. While Hawkeye seems cool, like a really nice guy, he just wished that New York wasn't the battleground. I've got to get the Tesseract, the battle's just begun.
We'll conquer the Chitauri.
Then get Shawarma when we're done. Just how are we to fight them? We'll do it as a team. First Thor, unleash your lightning. Then Natasha, that's your cue.
Yes.
Then